Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've ever thought about handing over a piece of plastic with your name on it to someone else, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving right into the mechanics, the risks, and the honestly incredible rewards of sharing your Bank of America credit line.
Think about it for a second. Are you looking to help a loved one build a rock-solid financial foundation? Or maybe you just want to totally streamline your household spending, so every single grocery run and gas station trip earns rewards in one centralized account. Shared spending is a massively powerful financial tool, and when you manage it correctly, it makes handling family finances an absolute breeze. But before you make a move, you really need to know the rules of the road.
Okay, let's dive into this by defining exactly what we're talking about here. What is an authorized user? Well, basically, it's someone who gets a physical credit card with their own name on it, linked directly to your primary line of credit. They get the green light and the purchasing power to swipe that card at stores or online. But here's the absolute critical distinction. They are not legally liable to pay the balance. They get all the purchasing power, with zero bill-paying liability.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll hit benefits and key considerations, a pre-eligibility and prep checklist, the step-by-step process, post-addition account responsibilities, and finally, some frequently asked questions. Let's get to it.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Benefits and Key Considerations.
On the plus side, there are some truly fantastic perks. You can pool your rewards points way faster, making that dream vacation a whole lot closer to reality. And if the bank reports to the credit bureaus, you can actually give a huge boost to the authorized user's credit score simply by maintaining your own good financial habits. But on the flip side, we have a massive financial reality check. As the primary cardholder, you are 100% legally liable for every single cent of debt they rack up. To really drive this home, listen to this direct quote from the Bank of America Service Agreement. It plainly states that you are responsible for all transactions that person performs, quote, even if he or she exceeds your authorization. Let's just imagine a quick scenario. Say you give your teenager a card and explicitly tell them it's only for a $50 tank of gas. Instead, they go and buy a $1,000 laptop. To the bank, your verbal agreement with your teenager means absolutely nothing. You authorize the user, so you owe the bank that $1,000. Period.
Moving right along to Section 2, the pre-eligibility and prep checklist.
Before you even log into your account, you're going to want to gather a few things. You need their full name, date of birth, primary phone number, your relationship to them, their country of residence, and their social security number. Now, I know what you might be thinking, handing over an SSN usually means a dreaded credit check. But rest assured, giving the bank the authorized user's social security number will not trigger a score-lowering hard pull on their credit. The bank isn't evaluating their creditworthiness, they are purely evaluating yours.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the cost. It is exactly $0. Bank of America charges absolutely nothing to add up to 5 authorized users on personal cards. This is a massive perk, especially if you're holding a premium card like the Premium Rewards Elite card, which comes with a pretty hefty $550 annual fee. You can add users to that premium account without paying a dime in extra annual fees, meaning they can enjoy certain elite benefits without the premium price tag.
All right, Section 3, the step-by-step process.
The setup process is swift, digital, and beautifully remote. Unlike adding a joint owner to a checking account, which usually requires everyone to physically march down to a local Bank of America financial center with their government IDs, adding a credit card authorized user is done entirely online. Step 1, just sign into your online banking portal. Step 2, select the specific credit card account you want to share. Step 3, click on the Information and Services tab. Step 4, under the Services menu, select Add an Authorized User. And finally, Step 5, submit all those details from the checklist we just went over. It really is that seamless.
Next up, Section 4, Post-Addition Account Responsibilities.
And this brilliantly illustrates the balance of power here. The primary cardholder, which is you, holds all the administrative keys. You pay the bill, you manage and redeem all those pooled rewards points, and you alone have the power to close the account. The authorized user, on the other hand, only has purchasing power. They can't log in and ask the bank for a credit limit increase, and they definitely cannot add other sub-users.
But you've got to pay attention to this crucial, glaring warning. Unlike some other card issuers out there, like American Express or even Bank of America's very own business credit cards, Bank of America does not allow you to set custom spending limits for authorized users on personal consumer cards. So if your credit limit is $15,000, your authorized user has access to that full $15,000. There are absolutely no training wheels here.
Because they have that full, unrestricted access, you really need to watch out for secondary triggers, specifically with Bank of America's Balance Connect overdraft protection. Imagine this. Your checking account is linked to your credit card to prevent overdrafts. Your authorized user goes on a shopping spree, and suddenly your checking account runs dangerously low. To cover your scheduled payments, your credit card kicks in via Balance Connect. But those transfers are processed as cash advances. Suddenly, you aren't just paying for the shopping spree, you're getting hit with immediate, high-interest cash advance fees on your primary statement. You have to monitor the account closely.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, Frequently Asked Questions.
This right here is the ultimate question. It is honestly the #1 reason parents add their kids or partners add a spouse who has thin credit. Does this actually help build their score? Well, the answer is yes, but with a very specific, unique catch when it comes to Bank of America.
And that catch is the number 18. Now, there's no minimum age to physically be added to the account. You can add your 14-year-old if you just want them to have a card for emergencies. But Bank of America will only report that account activity to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion if the authorized user is 18 years of age or older. So, adding a minor isn't going to proactively build their credit history while they're under 18. Once they hit that milestone birthday, though, the bank starts transmitting the data.
Now, what happens if things go sideways? Let's say you hit a financial bump and you miss a payment. So the crucial point is this. Because Bank of America shares the full account history with the bureaus for adults, your 30-day late payment will absolutely show up on your authorized user's credit report, dragging their score down right along with yours. However, there is a quick fix. You can instantly remove them from the account online or by simply calling 800-432-1000 before that delinquency officially posts, which protects their score from your misstep.
So what happens after you actually remove them? Well, the physical card is deactivated instantly. But because credit bureaus just absolutely love data, that closed trade line, complete with all its history up to the point of removal, will actually stay on their credit report for up to 10 years. If there are negative marks on that history that are hurting them, the former authorized user is going to need to contact the credit bureaus directly to dispute and fully wipe that trade line from their record.
As we wrap up today's explainer, just remember that shared spending is undeniably one of the most powerful financial tools at your disposal to consolidate spending and uplift the people you care about. But it demands strict oversight, especially since Bank of America gives them full access to your limit without any custom caps.
As always, do your homework. This explainer provides general guidance based on the source material, so viewers should absolutely consult with financial experts or contact Bank of America directly for personalized advice. But before you log in right now to add that new user, I want you to ask yourself one final question. Are you truly ready to take 100% legal and financial responsibility for someone else's swipes? Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you on the next one.